Good morning, everyone. It's the one and only Gear Bear coming to you live from his Mikasa. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and just want to welcome you to the second ever Mornings with Gear Bear. Let's go right into it because I got some time. I gotta get to work, so let's go right into it. Let's have a moment of silence and reflection and pause and meditation. Just grateful for another day and grateful to wake up to another sunrise. So let's just have a moment of silence. All right. I always find it good to pause and breathe and get centered and start your day on the right foot. So we're going to go right into it. We are going to read from the base, one of my favorite literatures in Narcotics Anonymous, which is Just for Today. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and it says May 5th, any lengths. I was ready to go to any lengths to stay clean. Basic text, page 132. Any lengths, newcomers ask, what do you mean, any lengths? Looking back at our active addiction and the lengths we are willing to go in order to stay high can help explain were we willing to drive many miles to get drugs? Yet we usually were. Then it makes sense that if we are concerned about staying clean and we were staying clean as we were about using, we would try anything to find a ride to a meeting. In our addiction, we didn't often do crazy, insane things or use unknown substance as the direction of others. Then why do we often find it so hard to take direction in recovery? Especially when the direction is designed to help us grow. And when we used, then we often in desperation turn to a higher power saying, please just get me out of this one. Then why do we find it so hard to ask God's help in our recovery? When we usually had an open mind when it came to finding ways and means to get more drugs. If we can apply the same principle of open-mindedness to our recovery, we may be surprised ourselves by how easily we begin to grasp the NA program. Our best thinking isn't often said. Go use in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. If we are willing to go to any lengths, follow the direction, and stay open-minded, we can stay clean. Just for today, I'm willing to go to any lengths to stay clean. I will become open-minded and ready to take a direction as I need to be. So that was the just for today. And I like this just for today because there's many times in my recovery where I didn't feel like going to meetings or being of service and I used to have people used to tell me, well, were you doing any lengths to get your drugs, right? And I said, yeah. So I should go to any lengths to get my recovery. So it took me a minute to really grasp the concept of going to any lengths. And so today what I'm doing, even when I don't feel like getting up and going to a meeting or being of service, I always remember, when it was pouring rain outside, I was on my bike, riding my bike across town to get high. So why can't I go to a meeting, So I chased my recovery like I chased my high, and it's been a great, great journey. And it's just, I realized, I was wondering, there's a lot of, when this pandemic started, there was a lot of people asking me, saying that I shouldn't be going to meetings. I was being selfish and self-centered because I'm going to meetings when technically by law we're not supposed to, or recovery support group we're not supposed to. And I got really mad because they didn't understand. I feel yes, everyone's entitled to their opinion and to where they are, but for me, stopping going to meetings was not an option for me. I needed to be in the physical midst of a group of people who have the same desire to stop using. Especially for me during this time when I just came back from a relapse when this first shelter in place took order, and for me, left into my own devices and left alone and no accountability. And yeah, the Zoom meetings were great for everyone, but at that time, the Zoom meetings were not enough for me. So people were, saying I was being selfish to going to meetings and stuff. But how I looked at it is, yes, they're entitled to opinion, but I looked at it as, what did I do when I was high? I did anything and everything, stole, lied, cheated, sold myself just to get high. So why can't I, if I go to, why can't I go to, it's hard to explain. So I needed the meetings, and I didn't care what it took, So I always said in a few meetings, like, I'd rather be sitting in a meeting of Narcotics Anonymous and die from this coronavirus than to have a needle going in my arm. And that's how I looked at it, and that's why I kept going to meetings, because I needed that, that accountability. I needed that, something about being in a room and how magical it can be, and how, that it really helped me get through this pandemic. And, I'm looking forward and excited to the day when we actually all can come back and meet in person, legally. And until then, despite what people may say or believe, I'm going to continue to do whatever it takes for me to stay clean. And if that requires me going to a meeting, wearing a mask, or, then so be it. So that was just for today. That was the reading for today. And, so yeah, I just wanted, and we're going to go into, I know I'm cutting this kind of short today, because I work at 10:15, but I wanted to make sure I connected, because I made it a commitment to do this every morning. So we're going to finish up. So each day I try to find a certain word of the day that sticks out to me, or that speaks to me. And for some reason, I was sitting here last night trying to, write out what I was going to talk about this morning, because you know me, I gotta have a guideline. Because if I don't have a guideline, I'm all over the place. But the word of the day that I picked, and we're going to talk about it, is perseverance. Again, the word of the day is perseverance. And of course, I had to look it up what perseverance means. And perseverance means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Again, the word of the day is perseverance, and it means persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. And as I went further for this word, what does it mean to have perseverance? And this is what the dictionary said. Perseverance is not giving up. It is persistent and technical. The effort required to do something and keep doing it till the end, even if it's hard. So, perseverance for me in my life, and where I mean is, for the longest time, I didn't have the perseverance. Like this last relapse, I just had only a month and something ago. I was, the fight and the fire I had to live life was almost gone. I didn't want to persevere. I didn't want to continue. I didn't want to continue. I didn't want to live. But something bigger than myself would not let me, die. And so perseverance for me is never giving up. Never giving up, and fight till the end. And that's how I'm, that's where I'm at in my recovery. Is like I have to do anything and everything to persevere and succeed and enjoy this new way of life. And one of my favorite signs is one of my favorite things to say in life is pretend you go on I used to do bull riding back in the day, for the Gay Rodeo Association in Sacramento, and I look at one of my life mottos that has to go along with perseverance is this: look at your journey, look as if you are riding a bull and his name is Life. And when that bull named Life bucks you off, you have two choices. One, you walk off of the arena with your head held down in a sign of defeat and despair. Or choice 2 is you get back up on that bull called life and you hang on longer and harder and ride and don't give up. And that's what perseverance for me is how I look at perseverance today. Is never giving up. And I want to give a special shout out to those out there who are new to any kind of recovery program, or who are just trying to find your way out through this life. And right now, life is hard, and with this pandemic and everything, we're not as connected as we should be. I want you guys, and you feel like there's just no hope and no light at the end of the rainbow, I want you guys to remember the word perseverance. Because what you guys that are new, that are feeling and that are hurting right now, it's only temporary. It's only for a season that you're feeling this. And those pains and sorrows and aches that you are feeling right now, they are going to help you become stronger and stronger and as you go through your journey. And so I want to encourage you, those that are hurting, don't give up. Those who are struggling during this pandemic with no work, no support group, no money, having difficulty just trying to navigate their way through life, don't give up. Because this pandemic is only temporary. And, don't give up and don't throw in the towel, and stick around before the miracle, and stick around and don't leave before the miracle happens. So, I hope you all got something out of what I shared today. I'm sorry it has to be cut short, but I want you to know that I'm here. I'll try to be here every morning. And if you liked what you heard, and go ahead and like and subscribe on the bottom of this video, and also give me your 411 and the information on what topics you want to hear, or just where you are in your life and what you're going through. And and just in case no one has told you guys today, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I can't wait for us all to be together once again. Much love, the one and only Gare Bear. Mwah.